Hi there, I'm Eve Stevens, editor of Movement.net, and I'm here at Move America 2025. I'm joined today by Noemi Gallardo from the California Energy Commission. So first off, how are you enjoying your Move America experience so far?
Well, this is my first time at Move America, and it's been fantastic. It's also my first time in Detroit, so it's special double dose of something different. And what I'm really enjoying about the Move America conference is that there's this really great sense of camaraderie here that you don't get at other conferences. So I feel like a lot of people are here to learn. And so they're genuinely interested to find out what you're doing, what your role is, how do you fit into the bigger puzzle of what Move America is aiming for. And so I feel very fortunate to have met several people that I'm already going to connect with because of this sense of camaraderie that I think Move America is building.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. And yeah, it's my first time in Detroit, your first time in Detroit, and it's Move's first time in Detroit, so that's great. So yeah, Move is all about kind of uniting agents from across the mobility ecosystem. Why have you chosen Move in particular to speak at? Why do you think these kind of cross-industry collaborative events are important?
I think at this moment, where a lot of people are talking about the divisions, right, that they're feeling the divisive type of culture that seems to be happening, I think this is the perfect way for us to come together and solidify our mission as, human beings who want to do better for the environment, who want to improve the health of fellow human beings through this work that we're doing on mobility, right? It's improving our air quality. It's helping us with economic development, creating opportunities for prosperity. There's just so much good stuff here. And I think this is where we can build partnerships with folks who are motivated towards that mission, and all those similar goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think so many people forget that most people in the mobility ecosystem do have these shared goals and it's maybe coming at it from different perspectives, but it's about finding ways to kind of unite in that sense. So definitely. So Trump's tariffs have been a big talking point at this conference, and we've kind of seen firsthand how federal politics can have real far-reaching impacts on a global but also kind of local scale. So what do you see as the relationship between federal and state politics in the kind of context of mobility?
Well, I think there's a huge opportunity here for the state and the federal government to come together. So I feel like with California, there seems to be a new fight every day. However, California really does want to find alignment with the federal government. So with every administration that comes in, there's going to be change. And it creates uncertainty. And we're waiting for things to, for everything to land so we can figure out what can we do with what we have. And I think that's what we're doing in California is figuring out where are those opportunities for alignment. I'll give you a specific example. Something that I work on as a commissioner at the California Energy Commission is called the Lithium Valley Vision. We're trying to build out a lithium industry out in the Salton Sea region. It's like the southernmost part of California. There's a lot of geothermal brine there, like almost 3,000 megawatt capacity of geothermal brine. That geothermal brine has tons of minerals, including lithium. And the federal administration says that they're very interested in geothermal and they're very interested in critical minerals. So it's a great combination that we have in what we call the Lithium Valley out in the Salton Sea region to build out this industry. And we're going to need that support from the federal government. It can't just be the local government, can't just be the state government making it happen. It's going to take all three levels of government to build out this industry that could be really beneficial and impactful for that local area to get more jobs, create opportunities for prosperity for the locals, but then also for the state of California. It'd be tremendous for us to build out a battery supply chain, leveraging that lithium. And then also for the country, it could help us build out a more, a stronger, more robust national supply chain based on batteries. So I think it's a win-win-win if we can all come together.
Well, yeah, it'll be really exciting to see how that pans out. So you've really proven yourself to be, throughout your career, an advocate for sustainability, especially as a key player in helping steer California towards its ambitious goal of 100% clean energy by 2045. So what does sustainability kind of mean to you? What does a sustainable future in the transportation industry, how do you conceive of that?
I think it's one of the solutions towards our climate change crisis. So, at the Energy Commission, we do have a mission to get to an 100% clean energy future, and sustainable mobility plays a role on that front. It's about creating a better environment so that we have better air, better water, better soil, and that leads to better health outcomes for all people. But we focus on Californians and the economic development opportunities for the entire state and those local communities. So that's I come at it from that more like human angle, where I'm trying to find what are the ways that we can improve the livelihood of all Californians. But I think the mobility space has a lot of opportunity to do even more and even better. And so, as a commissioner, I'm helping figure out what are those opportunities. So, my connection to sustainable mobility is mostly through the Lithium Valley Vision. That opportunity to have lithium and those critical minerals that are needed for the batteries for electric vehicles and other forms of clean transportation. And then there are other commissioners working in other aspects. So it's like a team effort to get to our mission, but that sustainable mobility plays a role.
Yeah, absolutely. On a kind of more personal note, so what kind of pursued you to pursue a path in energy policy and law, and especially in kind of environmental justice? Okay.
So I grew up in a low-income household. So for us, turning off the lights was a mandate because that's the way that my parents were able to save more money to pay other bills. So from an early age, I learned how fundamental of a resource energy was. So electricity enabled us to, have the lights on to do our homework, to be able to read, to be able to, for my mom to cook for us, for all the things that happen in daily life. And then when we didn't have the lights and we didn't have that opportunity to be able to turn on the lights, because it is actually a privilege, uh, then that was all detrimental to us. And so, and that we would have outages on a frequent basis. Where I lived, it was a very rural area. So I understood the positive side, and also the detrimental side, and overall the economic side, right? Families need to be able to pay all their bills, and electricity is one of those areas where it could be hard for a family to get through and be able to pay all their bills. So knowing that, how fundamental energy was, it motivated me to start building a career towards that. And I had a fellowship at the Green Lining Institute, which is a social justice organization, and I was able to start working in the regulatory space through that nonprofit. And one thing led to another, and here I am now as a commissioner, which I hadn't envisioned for myself as a little girl. But my mom was the first energy czar that I met, and now, able to have her as a model of the importance, being able to do that myself, being able to say how important energy is, how fundamental it is, and making sure that everybody can have access to it. Hopefully it's affordable, equitable, and there's so many different ways to do it. It's really stimulating to have a space where it can find creative solutions in energy.
Absolutely. Well, what an inspiring story. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, you were the first Latina CEC commissioner and are an advocate for women in leadership positions. What kind of work do you think can be done in the industry to kind of improve diversity, inclusivity, in mobility, but also in just kind of strategic positions of change in general?
I think diversity in any space is really important, just because it brings together more ideas, different types of experiences that can lend themselves to better solutions. And so I think in the energy space, I've seen an increase in diversity. There are a lot more women of color, who are invested at the leadership level, intermediate, staff, moving up. So I think there's major opportunity to build a career in these spaces for women, for people of color, from folks from all different aspects of life. And it just helps us do more and better when we have different people that are coming together to collaborate and work on these solutions that we all need. Our entire world needs it. So everybody should be involved. And, we do need everybody to be able to make that difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the industry is definitely changing. There's still like a long way to go, but it's really exciting. And I think seeing that in the room, there's so many different people with so many different perspectives. So yeah, it's exciting.
I think we just need to be intentional about it. And I think, these types of spaces where, there's a sense of camaraderie. So there's a sense of being receptive to other people and being open. And so I think that's also another benefit of these types of conferences, getting to know different people, going outside of your immediate circles to find out who's interested in what, who can I partner with, who can I engage with, who do I need to learn from. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to close, our final question, but what kind of innovation or technology is kind of exciting you at the minute? Is there anything that you kind of see on the horizon that you really think we should all be speaking about?
Well, the California Energy Commission invests a lot in research and development and entrepreneurs, different technologies. So there's always something exciting happening in the energy space. A few examples I can think of from California are one, autonomous battery electric rail. There's a company called Parallel Systems that has this technology that is so impressive. It'll reduce GHG emissions. It'll make freight, movement a lot easier. It's like at a touch of a button or two, these freight trains are able to separate, come together, move forward, move backwards. It's really impressive. I was able to even drive one when I went to visit the site. So parallel systems is one that we're looking at. Also, vehicle to home, vehicle to grid technologies in electric vehicles, I think are really impressive and getting better. I visited the Kia headquarters or North American headquarters in Irvine, California, and they were showing us how easy it is to do, where you can power your home with your vehicle once it has that energy stored up if there's a power outage. So there's like a quick solution so you don't have to worry in your home. And then also having that energy saved in the vehicle to be able to help power the grid when the grid needs it. So I think that's really exciting, and there's going to be more progress there. And I think the third one is autonomous taxis or robo-taxis. There's a company called Zoox that's going to be opening a production facility in California, and by the time they're ready, they're going to be producing about 10,000 robo-taxis a year. I actually got to see one in Las Vegas when I was there a couple of weekends ago, and just looks really comfortable. Doesn't necessarily look like a typical vehicle, so it's like a different experience that you want to try out, and I think they're going to do really well. So that's another one that we're excited to see in California.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of your Move America 2025.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor to be here.